I was 18 years old, I was a sophomore in high school, and I was dating this Asian chick. She was about 12 and a half. And, you know, my parents at the time, they were telling me, like, I shouldn't be dating young girls like that. But I was like, yo, if it's true love, then his age ain't even a fucking number, B. So I started dating, and at the time, I didn't know how to have sex. So I really didn't know how to please her or nothing. Plus, she was so young, I didn't even know if she grew a uterus yet. So anyway, like a month into the relationship, she called me and she said she just wanted to be friends, and she felt like I was more of a guy to be her friend than an actual boyfriend. I called her about an hour later, and I was like, are you sure about your decision? And she was like, stop fucking calling me. That's when I got to the point when I realized that all women are bitches. So anyway, like a week later, she called me and she said this kid named Jesse wanted to fight me, yo. And I don't take that shit lightly. I don't take that shit when someone threatens my livelihood. I don't take that shit lightly. And I felt at the same time if I fought this kid, she would realize that I got a big dick. So I was like, cool. Let me find out where Jesse's at, and I'm gonna whoop his ass after school. Jesse was about 13 years old, and he was trying to get his initiation into the white boy gang in my school. In order to join the white boy gang, Jesse would have to knock me on the ground, punch me in the face, and decapitate my head, and then give it to the leader of the white boy gang in order to be initiated in this crew. So anyway, we're walking across school. I was just practicing my 16 bars for the song I was about to record in the studio in my rap notebook, like before we got to the fight, because I had a studio session later that night. So we kept walking, and we get into this lady's backyard and shit, and a fight broke out, and I swung at him once. He fucking dodged it like it was a motherfucking Matrix. And then I hit him with the left hook, and he dodged that. I grabbed him by the collar. I was like, Neo, this bitch. And I punched him in the nose, and his nose started bleeding. And then I jumped on top of him. I started swinging and shit. And then they pulled me off and was like, yo, that's not fair because you're older than him, and we need to do a round 2. And I'm like, yo, is this fucking official boxing and shit? This ain't no MMA match. This is a street fight, B. So anyway, we do round 2. And I do the same thing. I get on the ground, start punching him in the jaw, and then he gets up. They pull me off him, and he runs away to the fence and starts crying and shit. And he started crying, and like snot started coming out of his nose. And this girl offered him a tissue, and he started crying. He's like, avenge me, avenge me. And then this other dude blindsided me and knocked me and broke my jaw. And I was talking like Kanye West for a whole week. The little dude, Jesse, kept telling the girl, avenge me, avenge me. I'm not even gonna lie, yo. This girl squatted down on my notebook and started taking a piss. And I can tell that she wasn't really right because her piss was dark yellow, which meant she wasn't even hydrated. And I just stood there in shock, like she just pissed on the song I just wrote. Yo, this bitch had stretch marks the size of elephant penises, man. Like 6 of them. Because she was popping babies out since she was like 9 years old. That was a major turning point in my rap career, you know? At that point I was thinking like, yo, am I gonna sit back and let bitches piss on my books? Am I going to let that hold me down from being the most famous rapper ever? Or am I going to overcome this and write new songs and one day win a Grammy like today, you know, 10 years later and shit?